Hello everyone, this is Hunter from Astrophotography, and today I'm going to give you guys a quick tutorial in PixInsight of how to add HA data to your RGB data currently on the Whirlpool Galaxy. Now, the past couple of nights this week I have shot in pure LRGB of the Whirlpool Galaxy, about 8 hours worth. It's a nice image there overall, but I decided at the same time started to add a little bit of some hydrogen alpha data with the L Ultimate filter. Now you can see the differences between the two photos. You can see that the RGB is nice and colorful. It's got your whites, you got your blues, your magentas, but if you look over at the L Ultimate data, you can see these little red areas that are popping out. Those are those hydrogen alpha nebula regions inside of this galaxy, and we want to be able to add that to our data here, and it's actually fairly easy for the most part, and I'm going to show you how to do so. So the first things we need to do, both images need to be in a linear state. That means they've already been processed, and which I've already done that. They've already been previously stacked, they have been blur exterminated, and as well as been noise exterminated too. That's going to be very important when adding these two images together. So the first thing we need to do is to go in towards our processes tab, all processes, and we're going to go over and find the star alignment tool. Now these images are not perfectly centered up with each other because there was a little bit of a difference in the tilting of the camera since I had to clean it because of all the pollen I've been seeing here recently. But we need to make sure that these images are lined up together. So what we're going to do is make our reference image LRGB, and we're going to take this little triangle here and bring it over towards our HA master file. So what that's going to do is run through the processes of being able to line up the images in the correct fashion, so we'll all be set and ready to go for when we want to transfer the images over. Alright, now that that process is done, we don't need the star alignment tool anymore. As you can see, if I were to blow these up all the way and be able to overlap these images, you can see they fit perfectly. So that is exactly what we were looking to do. So now the next step is going to be, after I shrink these windows down a little bit more, so not taking up the entire view. First thing we need to do, we need to split the RGB channels on both images because we're only going to be needing the reds for our HA, because that is, with the L Ultimate filter, that is only where the hydrogen alpha is located. So we're going to go over here to this tab here to split the RGB channels. We're going to first do it on our HA image. So you can see it being split into R, G, and B. We're not going to need the green and blue at this time, so you can just minimize those. Actually, in fact, we want to rename these as just regular B for the blue channel. Put those off to the side. And the green channel, we're going to just rename that as G. So there we have there. This is our HA channel here in the red. We're actually going to change this over to HA_R. So now we're going to do the same thing as well for our LRGB image. We're going to split the channels up here as well. We're not going to need this channel or this channel, so we're going to stick those over towards the side. So now we have our red channel for our LRGB and our red channel for our HA. Now, what we need to do here is make sure that these two channels are in the same exposure. We're going to be using a process known as linear fit. So, we're going to go back to our processes. We're going to go to all process, and we're going to find linear fit. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our HA channel and linear fit, and we're going to bring it right over to our LRGB red channel. So this is going to change up the exposure on this and make it very similar to what we're going to be, so not one channel is over dominating the other one, and this will take a little bit of some time. Alright, now that our images are now linear fit, now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of things. So now in the next process, we're going to be taking our HA image here, and we're going to kind of mute out these stars a little bit because we don't want these in our master image because they're going to be kind of off color. We have some nice RGB stars to already work with. So what we're going to be doing is a little bit of some pixel math. So we're going to go to processes, pixel math. We're going to clear this out here. And what we're going to do is we're going to be using just the RGB single expression, and we are going to be typing out this pixel math here that I have found not only online but as well as for High Point Scientific for supplying this code here. So what we are going to type is HA minus Q times parentheses LRGB underscore red minus MED parentheses LRGB close parentheses, we're gonna go underscore R close parentheses, and then at the same time we're gonna be looking at the symbols tab, and we're going to be using an example Q equal to about 0.5. Now you can change this up to however you like it to your image, and what we're going to do here is bring this over to our HA photo. You can see that it already starts to look a little bit better, but we're going to have to go one more step on top of that with some more pixel math. So we're going to click this refresh button here. We're going to go back to our RGBK expression, and we are going to be typing in the pixel math code of HA minus MED parentheses HA close parentheses, and we're going to bring it over right the same image as well. There we go. We start to look a little bit better. So we're looking pretty good. Alright, now that we are beginning to prepare to add our HA data to our LRGB, there is one other step that I like to do just to kind of minimize a lot of extra work down the line. Is if you have Star Exterminator, what I like to do is actually remove the HA stars that are involved in our HA image, because we're not going to need them whatsoever, and it's just going to be one less step we have to do, so we're not minuting all of the star colors. So what we're going to do is use Star Exterminator and let that run its course through. And there we go, we have removed our stars from our HA image. So we're not going to need this anymore. So we're left with this nice detail here that we're going to be adding over our LRGB image. So the last final step we're going to be doing is going back open to Pixel Math. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be unchecking the single RGBK expression, because we're going to be integrating multiple different channels together. So here is the pixel math involved. We're going to first start off with the RK channel, and we're going to do $T plus HA. We're going to go over to the G channel, and we're just going to type in $T. And for the blue channel, we're going to be doing $T plus 0.2 times HA. We're going to replace the target image, and we're going to simply just drag and drop this onto our LRGB image. And after that, we've added HA to our original image. You You can see the difference in between. If I go back and forth, you can see it's a little bit more magenta, but it doesn't impact any of the stars in your background. Now you can go even further into processing, really change up the colors. If we once again star exterminate the image so we can remove the stars involved, and then we can start messing with some color mask. Alright, now that we have separated our stars from our image, we're going to minimize our stars here, and we're going to play with a little bit of some colors for this image to kind of fine-tune them a little bit. I like to use Bill Blanchett's color mask scripts because they're amazing with it. I already started to do that with the magenta. So what we're going to do here is we're going to drag this over to our LRGB image, and that's going to mask off all that magenta color. I just want to bring it more of like a red instead of more like a pinkish color. So we're going to open up our curves transformation. We're going to do a real-time preview. I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see. And we're going to start messing around with a little bit of some saturation. Kind of bring up some more of that saturation. I'm going to bring up some more of that reds too. You start to see it changing a little bit. But then I'm going to back off more of the blue so it's not more of a purplish. Backing that off a little bit. Looks pretty good. Messing with a little bit of some green, see what happens. Turn the green down just a little bit. And there we go. That looks really good. Really popping out those hydrogen alpha regions. We'll go ahead and apply that. Alright, we're going to reset this. After I enhance a little bit of the HA regions, I'm now going to be going into processes. All processes, I'm going to find the range selection tool. This is going to help me really enhance some of these areas here. You just have to play with a little bit of the lower limit because I really want to bring out more of the blues. So I'm going to try and get this as best as I can. Add a little bit of some fuzziness to the mix. We're going to go more on that structure there. I'm going to crank that all the way. And I'm going to add a little bit of some blur. We're going to apply that. Alright, so our other mask is in place. We're just going to drag and drop this down until that starts up to be a little bit of like a brownish maroon color. And then we're going to open up our curves transformation once again. We're going to do a real-time preview. Go over to the saturation tab. I'm just going to bring the saturation up a little bit more. Definitely want to bring out those blues a little bit more as well. Trying to really stand out these blues in this image. Then I'm going to bring down the red. It's going to take a lot of getting used to exactly of where you would want your images to be. It's all personal preference by this point. You just want to be able to really define of how you want to do this. So you just got to play around with the levels. Sometimes it might not look as good to you as it does for others. Let me crank up a little bit of the saturation. I kind of like a lot of that red too. Bring up the blue just ever so slightly. Bring down the red a little bit. There we go. I like that right there. Alright, so I'm going to apply that. Alright. So now the final step is, if you're satisfied with your image like so, now the last thing we got to do is, we're going to go over to Pixel Math once more because we got to add our stars back. So we're going to restart this. And we're going to make sure we create a new image. We're going to do LRGB plus LRGB underscore stars. Click apply. And we add our nice RGB stars right back into the mix. And see, that looks pretty good right there as a nice final image. but you can play with it of how you like to your own personal preference. And that's pretty much it. That's how you add hydrogen alpha data to your RGB data using a one-shot color camera. If you like this tutorial and want more, please leave a like and leave some comments down below of what else you would like me to cover in PixInsight. And as always, clear skies, and I'll see you in the next video.